Liverpool fans are braced for what could be the busiest summer in recent memory, with several key stars ready to depart. Deals will need to be struck in order to defend our Premier League title next season. In today's video, we have some huge news as a blockbuster agreement has reportedly been made. We will look into this in today's video, whilst also going over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Alisson is set for a late check over whether he can feature for Liverpool against Everton on Wednesday night despite the goalkeeper training normally. The Reds will host Everton in their first game in 17 days on Wednesday, with only 3 players certainly ruled out at this stage. But despite Trent Alexander-Arnold, Joe Gomez and Tyler Morton all missing out, there could be further changes to Arne Slot's selection for the Merseyside derby. A decision will be made over whether Connor Bradley is available, with Slot keeping reporters in the dark over the right-back's involvement when speaking at his pre-match press conference on Tuesday morning. And Alisson, who joined his teammates on Monday as normal, is required to undergo a test after Tuesday's training in line with concussion protocols following a head injury on Brazil duty. This comes after a 10-day window between his collision with Davinson Sanchez in a 2-1 win over Colombia on March 21st and Liverpool's final sessions before the derby. While the necessary timeout after showing concussion symptoms varies depending on the association, typically 6 to 10 days is viewed as sensible. Alisson's situation is seen as more of a formality than a concern, though Coleman Kelleher will remain on standby pending any unexpected developments. Brazil team Dr. Rodrigo Lasmar described the 32-year-old as being normal, with no complaints, after his withdrawal against Colombia, and confirmed there had been no fainting and no memory loss. But he added he thought he was a little slower, and with this complaint the recommendation is the replacement of the player. Liverpool's number 1 provided a welcome update of his own as he made an early return to Merseyside last month, writing on Instagram, "Hey guys, just to let you know I'm fine, just have to follow the protocols." Rightly, every precaution is taken regarding head injuries in football, with the hope being that Alisson is past fit and can start against Everton. Alisson is still in contention for this season's Golden Glove award for the most clean sheets in the Premier League, though he is currently 4 behind leader Matt Sells of Nottingham Forest. Sells, 12, Arsenal's David Raya, 11, Crystal Palace's Dean Henderson, 9, and Everton's Jordan Pickford, 9, are ahead of Alisson 8 as it stands. But with 9 games left to play, the Brazilian could look to add to his pair of awards from 2018/19 and 2021/22. Now in some huge Liverpool transfer news, Liverpool are determined to hold on to rising defensive talent Jurgen Quansah during the upcoming summer transfer window, sources have told the media. The 22-year-old centre-back has once again attracted interest from Newcastle United, who previously explored the possibility of signing him as part of Liverpool's negotiations for winger Anthony Gordon last season. Reports indicate that the Magpies have reignited their pursuit of the Warrington-born defender ahead of the transfer window, viewing him as a potential long-term addition to their backline. However, Liverpool are reluctant to sanction his departure, especially given the uncertainty surrounding the futures of key centre-backs Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate. With those question marks looming, the Reds are in no rush to deplete their defensive ranks. Despite enduring some challenging moments since Arne Slot took charge at Anfield last summer, Quansah remains part of the Dutchman's squad plans. His Liverpool tenure under Slot began on a rough note, as he was substituted at halftime during the manager's first game against Ipswich in 2024, an experience that would have been a tough pill to swallow for the young defender. Since then, Quansah's game time has been limited, featuring in 22 matches across all competitions this season, but starting in just 11 of them. His versatility, however, has been a valuable asset, as he has slotted in both at centre-back and right-back when called upon. Having made his first team debut in August 2023, the young defender remains under contract at Anfield until June 2029, an indication of the club's long-term faith in his development. While Newcastle may be circling, Liverpool's stance is clear. Jurgen Quansah is not for sale. In other news, Liverpool head coach Arne Slot feels the international break may have provided an important reset for his players. The Premier League leaders headed into the recent hiatus and fixtures on the back of suffering consecutive defeats for the first time this season, having exited the Champions League to Paris Saint-Germain before losing the Carabao Cup final to Newcastle. Slot says of all the breaks, this was the one he needed the most, and he believes his players have returned refreshed and ready for the final 9 matches as they try to close out a second title in 5 years. The first 3 breaks were after 1 or 2 months' work. This one was after 4 months of non-stop work. So I like this one the most for the simple reason it was 4 months in a row, he said ahead of the visit of Everton for the 246th Merseyside derby. It was my first experience of playing in the winter, so this one I liked the most, I needed the most as well. The mental break for the players comes more from going to a different environment with different teammates. For that reason, it was maybe a good moment after you lose 2 games. If you stay at your club, you have to win your next game. But if you go to your national team, things are new again. Diaz had 2 goals for Colombia. Cody Gakpo had a goal for Netherlands, so a few of our players showed themselves in a very good way again. The Reds' successive losses before the international break led to suggestions Slot's team were running out of steam, but the Dutchman rejected the premise fatigue was starting to play a part in their campaign. If I look at the Paris Saint-Germain game, I don't think, in the 8 or 9 months I've been in the job, I saw my players work as hard as they did for 120 minutes, he said. Maybe that was also the reason why we looked tired in the final, but maybe I don't give the right credit to Newcastle, who made it difficult for us. They are maybe a bit more refreshed than in a normal international break because we didn't play at the weekend. Most of them had a few days off as well. For the first time in months, they had 3, 4, 5 days off, so that is maybe the reason why I use the word refreshed. One player who did not go on international duty but still found himself in the headlines was the injured Trent Alexander-Arnold, with speculation continuing about a move to Real Madrid in the summer when his contract expires. Slot, however, insists the situation has been rumbling on in the background all season, so last week made little difference. Unfortunately, he is injured and for him that means he is fully focused on his recovery, he said. For us it means we will try to help him to be back as soon as he can. For 8 months it went a bit up and down with talks about him, Virgil or Mo, but we have never been focused on those talks, we have always been focused on what we have to do. For Virgil and Mo, that is trying to win the Merseyside derby, and for Trent, it is trying to be fit as soon as he can. I think all these 3 players have performed so well under these circumstances, so it doesn't affect me at all. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you, I'll see you in the next video.